connecting. All right, connected to chat. I think we're live. I can't tell anymore. Guess we'll know in a minute, right? All right, so waiting on this to see if it's connected yet. It looks like it is, so I'm going to go ahead and start. All right, welcome back to WMMA Scene Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a quick reaction to Invicta FC number 39. Just going to go over the results here. Hold on a sec, let me turn off the TV in the background. All right, sorry about that, but we're back. All right, so Invicta FC 39, only 6 fights out of an originally scheduled 7. Unfortunately, Shanna Young took sick this week and was not medically cleared to fight. And then Jin Yu Fry ended up missing weight by 0.8 pounds, and the fight was changed to, well, non-title fight for her, but a title fight for Ashley Cummins. So Jin lost her title on the scale, as they like to usually say it in boxing. All right, first fight. Monica Franco defeated Christina Pettigrew by unanimous decision. Pettigrew came out very strong in the first, but it seemed like she wasn't getting by so much on her technique, but more just on raw aggression and athleticism, and that she relied on that a little bit too much and was a little too aggressive in the first round. I had her taking the first round, but then losing the next 2 because she just tired herself out. And then Franco was able to take over using her striking, particularly when Pettigrew was, had Franco up against the fence and was trying to take her down but wasn't able to complete it. That's when Franco was able to use her strikes to maximum capability. So, let's see. Next up, Jillian DeCourcy defeated Linda Mihalik via unanimous decision at atomweight. Pretty good fight overall. Just DeCourcy was just a more experienced fighter. Had better technique overall. Someone said it. I forget who said it on Twitter, but you could tell the difference between a fighter who spends their time doing grappling just for grappling's sake, and then someone who just does grappling for the sake of training for MMA. And DeCourcy was the former, and it showed because her technique on the ground was just that much better. Let's see, up at 125. Erin Blanchfield defeated Victoria Leonardo via TKO due to head kick at 2 minutes 6 seconds of the second round. Holy hell. How the hell did Victoria Leonardo survive that first head kick in the first round? Nuts. I mean, she must have a head made of bricks. Maybe she's partly related to, what's his name, Mark Hunt. I mean, I don't know how you take a head kick like that, survive, come back, and she even took over at the end of the first round, if I remember correctly. And then the second round, man, she ate another one, and that was good night. Victoria Leonardo. But she wasn't, and here's a crazy part, she was never completely out, like unconscious. I mean, she was definitely out of it. She wasn't, but she was never fully knocked out and unconscious. Insane durability. Yeah, insane durability. And then Erin Blanchfield, she's not just a grappler anymore. She is a full mixed martial artist now. Probably the most impressive win of tonight. Then we went back down to atomweight. Alicia Zappatella defeated Kelly D'Angelo via unanimous decision. Very impressive win for Zappatella, getting back in the win column. Much needed win for her, and she did it in her usual style, closing the distance very fast, very quick, throwing fast hands, and then takedowns when she needed them. D'Angelo, I wanted to see more of the jab from D'Angelo. It was effective when she used it, but man, she just threw it so sparsely. It's like what are you doing? Throw that jab more, because it was working. I thought that was, I mean, if she would have studied Zapatella's last two fights, that's what caused Zapatella those fights, was a stiff jab. And had D'Angelo used that jab more, I think Zapatella would have been in trouble, but she was just too hesitant to throw, I think. D'Angelo was. Then we went up to the main event. Miranda Maverick defeated Pro Gonzalez via unanimous decision. Pretty much a domination from Miranda Maverick. Really all there is to say. She just outworked Pro Gonzalez pretty much everywhere. I mean, Pearl had a couple moments, but just wasn't able to sustain them. I remember at one point she took Gonzalez down and then somehow derped her way into losing side control at one point. It was really... Yeah, so Maverick, the next contender for, or now the number one contender for Vanessa Porto's flyweight title. And then finally, the main event, atomweight fight between Jin Yufrei and Ashley Cummins. Jin won by unanimous decision. Very close fight. I was saying on Twitter that it was going to come down to what the judges thought more highly of. Jin's power punching or Ashley's volume. Because Ashley definitely landed the higher volume. And then Jin, I thought, landed the harder strikes. Honestly, I thought it was going to go to Cummins. Very surprised that it went to... not very surprised, but surprised that it went to Jin. I just thought Ashley outworked her. You know, one of Jin's biggest problems is she just doesn't put her foot on the gas sometimes. I thought that cost her against Ayaka Hamasaki in a second fight, and I thought it was going to cost her the win here. I guess it didn't, though. So the Invicta FC atomweight title is now vacant. But I believe Jin gets the first crack at it against whoever Invicta FC decides. Fingers crossed for Sahi Ham. Hey, it could happen, right? Ashley Cummins back to the drawing board. She fell to 7-5. Jin climbed to 9-4. Man, I understand that this was Ashley Cummins' home state of Missouri. And I understand they really wanted her to win, and it was a close fight. But that crowd reaction was just terrible. They booed the decision, and then they started chanting bullshit. It's like, come on, guys. I know that's your home state fighter in KC, because Cummins is from St. Louis. Don't be chanting bullshit, man. It just looks classless. If anything, it makes me wish that Invicta finally goes back on the road. They haven't been on the road in a while. They pretty much stick to Kansas City, whether Missouri or on the Kansas side. Lately, it's been on the Kansas side. I really want them to go back on the road, because it's like they do bring in fighters from Missouri and Kansas, and anytime those fighters lose, it's a bad crowd reaction. And frankly, it's stale. It was stale a while ago. It was really stale tonight. I mean, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. It just didn't go the way of the hometown fighter. I mean, it just happens sometimes. Anyway, that's it. Just a quick reaction. I'll put together some fight reviews for a couple of these fights by the end of this weekend. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. That's right, we cover the women's MMA and only women's MMA. And that's the way it's going to be. Not changing that for anything. Anyway, let me know what you think. Again, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications, by the way. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. And we'll see you next time. How do I end this?